So welcome.
Thank you.
Sit down, take a seat.
Thank you.
Awesome. So it's very nice to finally get to meet you.
Yeah.
My name is Elizabeth Gamarra, and I'm the clinical social worker here at the Family Union Center. And I specialize in enabling clients to function at the highest possible level of social and emotional wellness in the context of family.
Okay.
Can you tell me your name or what you would prefer to be called?
Yeah, my name is Marianne Kingston, and it's really nice to meet you too. And you can call me Marianne or Miss Kingston or whatever you want.
Okay, so it's Marianne, not Marianne.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So could you possibly share with me a few thoughts that you've had as you anticipated coming to this first meeting?
Yeah, sure. I was really nervous, and this is pretty new for me, but I have to tell you that I've been to a counselor before, and all she did was repeat my words back to me. And then she asked me if I'd like to, or what I would like to do about it. So I just want advice from someone who really knows something about the problem, not someone who just wants to be my friend. I just need an expert who has helped me or helped other people resolve the same problems that I'm dealing with.
Okay. So you're saying that you've been in a counselor before and have had the unpleasant experience of the weight of solving the problem set on you.
Yeah.
Furthermore, you've specifically indicated that you seek advice from a knowledgeable expert person that you can address the problem you're dealing with, but not a friend.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you for sharing that. I'm here as a social worker, so I can be as a tool for you to use in whatever you need.
Okay.
Awesome. So before we initiate, I'd like to communicate to you that whatever you say stays confidential and nothing will be shared. However, if you present any harm to yourself or to others, as well as child or neglect, abuse, or even release information for confidentiality comes to vary, and I have the duty to report, warn, and inform. This also goes to anything that may be subpoenaed or ordered by the court. Is that clear?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Perfect. Well, really quick, the policies for this agency in particular, if you'd like to cancel an appointment, do it before 24 hours via email or phone, whichever one works.
Yeah.
And it's specific to this agency.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying it. And bathroom is on your right and the drinking fountain is to your left.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And now that you've heard about me and we'll further go into our meeting, what are some comments you may have, or are there any questions in particular regarding our rules, policy, or ethical factors?
I think you pretty much said it.
Okay,
so.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So from your files and references, you're dealing with your recent divorce, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you set up an appointment with me, you mentioned something about certain concerns you've been having lately. What are those concerns that may be causing some of stress or anxiety?
Well, I just feel like I'm alone now.
Okay.
I just feel like I'm by myself and I don't know what to do now. I'm just get really stressed out and get really bad anxiety about my divorce, and it's just caused me a lot of problems.
Okay, so when you refer to anxiety and stress, could you elaborate on what they cause or may trigger?
Yeah, I'm concerned about falling into like a depressive episode
Okay.
due to my divorce, just because it makes me feel like I'm alone and I'm always just upset and I don't feel like I can go on.
Okay, so when you talk about not being able to go on or proceed, it sounds like you feel somewhat alone. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and what sorts of experiences have you had in which you didn't necessarily feel alone, but your ex-husband was not in the big picture?
Well, like, I'll go to parties and his friends or my friends, and it's really hard to, separate friends and draw a line.
Definitely.
So, yeah, it's just really hard to go alone and not have someone to go with me.
Yeah, so you mentioned parties and being with them.
Mm-hmm.
So can you elaborate or possibly tell me a little bit more about the support system that you used to have with him?
Yeah, we would always do stuff together. We was always together and, went to the parties together, but now I don't know if I should go because I don't know if he'll be there or what's going to happen. Like, every time I talk about him, my hand just goes crazy.
Yeah, I totally noticed that. And yeah, when you talk about your ex-husband's friendships, you do that, and what has been some concerns you have shown in regards to friendships in particular, besides the fact that you're drawing the line between friends of him and yours.
Yeah, I just feel like the whole thing is my fault, and that this divorce is because of my behavior and my actions and attitude. Just because, I didn't handle it in the best way, and, I don't know.
Okay.
I just feel like this whole thing is my fault, and that this divorce is because of my behavior and my attitude, and that, I didn't handle it in the best way.
Okay, you're saying that due to your behavior and attitude towards your ex-husband, your divorce may have come upon.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a part of me missing now, and that, that he meant a lot to me, and that saying, you don't know what you have until you lose it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's just how I feel.
Okay. So you feel like part of you is missing because until this point you've come to realize that he signified or meant something to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like that, I'm stupid for what I did.
Okay.
And I have a hard time planning,
Yeah, definitely. When you say stupid, because you find it difficult to choose from an action plan, I feel confused or a little bit confused. Mm-hmm. I mean, what you refer to as stupid appears to me kind of the ability to see different perspectives. And I feel these perspectives may be functional. Are you sure they're also bad?
I guess I could be a little bit easier on myself and not be so hard.
So now that I've had the opportunity to hear about the context of the situation in a little more detail, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and ask you some questions. Would that be okay with you in relevance to this session?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So could you possibly tell me something about yourselves besides anything you've shared and you might consider relevant in sharing with me in regards to yourself?
Yeah. Well, I'm Marianne. I got divorced from my husband earlier this year. Well, I mean ex-husband now. Okay. But we had a lot of issues, and I feel like I should be here just to get help. I don't have any kids, so that's good.
So could you elaborate on the possibility of why being here?
Yeah, I really like guidance on what to do with the feelings I have surrounding depression and some anxiety towards meeting new people and basically getting out of my routine and being who I used to be. For example, like right now, I just have anxiety just by thinking about it.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned anxiety. We can, if you would like, we can try a breathing exercise if that's the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a little tip, or you can call it also tool that you can store away and bring back when you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, okay. Or possibly not know what to do. You may be familiar with it, at least I am.
Okay.
Good. So the exercise we'll be doing is the 4-8-8 breathing. You may be saying, how is it any different from normal breathing or normal other breathing exercises? Yeah. Well, interestingly, it's found that if you double the amount of time, such as the 4-8-8, you actually get higher results in relaxation and anxiety because it's a form, when you do that, it has much more purifying effect on your body and it relaxes your nervous system. So let's begin, I guess. Okay. So really quickly, you inhale for 4 seconds, you stay there for 7, and then you exhale for 8. So we can try it.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
So breathe in for 4. Hold it in for 7. Breathe out for 8. Perfect. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
So breathe in for 4. Hold it in for 7. And let go. Yeah, let's do it one more time.
Okay.
Breathe in for 4. Hold it there. And now breathe out. Awesome.
Wow, that really helped me out a lot. Just awesome. Some of my anxiety just went away, so yeah.
Great, and thank you for doing that with me. I appreciate it too. At this point, I'll ask you some questions that'll be in relevance to you and has congruency to what you've shared with me and presented. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
For sure.
So, how is your body taking in this situation of divorce?
I'm just very stressed out, and I can always just feel my neck and shoulders and back aching because, all the stress and the tension going on in my body.
Definitely. What about your weight? Has there been any fluctuation?
Yeah, there's been a bit of fluctuation in my weight. However, like I have a lot of passion for food,
Okay.
and so instead of my diet decreasing, then I actually overeat as a form of keeping me busy, and
Oh, interesting.
my diet does vary. So
Perfect. So you mentioned diet. So along those lines, what would you consider, or how is your nutrition like, and how are you eating, and what does your diet consist of?
when I'm stressed out, then I always just go to like the gas station and get like soda pop and candy just
Okay.
as a meal. So it's not very healthy, and I know I should do better, but yeah,
Do you get much sleep?
a little bit here and there. It's for sure decreased since all this has been taking place.
Okay. Um, what are some thoughts in regards to this recent divorce of yours? Besides what you've had the opportunity to share with me, any recent thoughts?
I just feel like that it's my fault and that I should have been the better person and I should have stood up for myself.
Okay.
So,
And along those lines, what are some emotions that you come up with, that you can come up with that have the opportunity to describe such feelings you're experiencing?
well, I go to bed crying, I wake up sad, and it's just my life has changed. It's not the same.
Okay, so you feel some feelings of sadness, if I understand correctly.
For sure.
Okay. Has there been any discouragement that you have may have been concerned about?
Yeah, he does have a temper, so that's one thing that I'm kind of grateful about of getting out from, but I guess God loves him, and so I should love him too.
Yeah, that must be difficult.
Yeah.
And you mentioned God, so in regards to that, how has spirituality played a role?
It's, we go to church every week. We try to be the good people, and so, yeah.
Okay, so do you actually see yourself with a spiritual connection?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
God loves me. He doesn't, um, he's not mad about my divorce, and
Definitely.
I know that he would just want me to move on.
Okay. And what about family? Who do you consider family, or how's your family like structured?
My mom is. I'm pretty close with her. My dad, and not so much, but I have a couple siblings that live probably 30 minutes away. So yeah, it's good. They all are okay with me, and yeah.
Great. What about your family support? You mentioned that they're good with you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that family support really prevalent?
I feel it with my mom.
Feel it with your
My
mom?
siblings say, "Oh yeah, we're there for you," but they don't really put forth any effort to help me with anything.
Okay.
So
Okay. And what about community? How involved are you in your community?
I go to church. I try to volunteer at least once every 3 to 4 months. Just put in a couple hours, be a good citizen.
Yeah.
But other than that, then not a lot of stuff going on.
Great. So now that we're at this point and had the opportunity to speak, and being clear on the main struggle you're facing in correlation to your divorce, let's begin by establishing a specific goal. How does that sound?
That sounds great, but like, where do we begin, and what should be targeted?
Great questions. So, when we have come to realize that your past divorce, you've come to miss him and somewhat possibly doubt your capacities in proceeding on, right? So now let's imagine that you're in the future, possibly. Come to the point in which these feelings are finished with and that you're a happy, social, independent woman. Not that you're not, just let's imagine this perfect scenario.
Okay.
What would indicate to you that you might have come to this state of being?
Just that I was happy and I was back to the way that things were before.
Okay. Furthermore, what characteristics would you describe this new woman per se?
Well, at this present moment, my mind wanders off about him 90% of the time, and the idea of being open to new experiences, such as dating or more involvement in my community, sounds challenging. I'm somewhat fearful, but, if I get to the point of thinking other things are coming to my community and I have more opportunities and organization, then I know that I'll be over him and the divorce. So the stress and anxiety would just decrease and I could go back to my normal way of being,
Yeah, great. So let's be more specific now. So Ms. Kingston, how does this sound to you as our first goal? And we'll follow it up in our next meeting. But
Okay.
within the 2 months of today's date, you'll really try to participate more fully and actively with any nonprofit that you may feel passionate for.
Okay.
And you will also have the opportunity to possibly be more open to new friendships and make more friendships and take that and reflect upon it.
Okay.
And within those reflections, we can possibly make progress, or we can definitely make progress in the aspect of more activeness in your community, possibly. Um, and then we can proceed towards meeting twice a week so that we can discuss progress and further instruction if you would like.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds great, and I would, meeting would really help a lot.
Good. So any other thoughts?
I think that's good. I think you've said it. Yeah.
Well, good. It was really nice to meet you. I'm very happy we're having the opportunity to initiate dialogue, and things will be working on initiating things as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll lock you off.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.